Hello. Welcome back to Pathologic. I need to come here for a second and refresh this. There we go. Stream is up and everything is good. Okay. It is morning of day 3, 1 o'clock in the morning of day 3. We've got some exhaustion. We'll work our way over towards the bed. See if we can kill some muggers on the way there. Thus far, nothing in the quest log, which isn't too surprising. We did get this creepy letter from the Plague last night, letting us know it was going to be in the Skinner's district today. And we know from our map, that's this. It's our first Plague district for the Changeling run. So I am sure the Sabarovs will have something for me. So I think we're going to head that direction. We're going to eat, head that direction, and sleep till morning. We're certainly low on food. Should have enough for today. We'll want to plan ahead for tomorrow if we can. I'm wondering if Katerina is going to try to convince me to convert others to our faith, like throughout the rest of the run, and Savarov trying to get the guilty to submit. I find that unlikely. The game does a good job of finding new ways to mess with me the moment it establishes a system. But I do like the idea of essentially gathering more and more bound. That would be very different. Too many muggers out right now. Probably a good thing. Shouldn't be upset about that. I feel like I've got a lot of junk. I've got a lot of knives to sell. The town watchman over the Plague District should be interested in some of those. Maybe that's how I'll get food. That's a mugger. Hey, we saved a man from a mugger. Don't feel mad about that. It's nice to be playing a character that's just trying to do some good in the world. infected areas are strictly off limits. I don't think he's gonna stop me, though. Yeah. It was funny. In the Bachelor's run, I do feel like we got express permission to go into infected districts. And now it's just like, well, of course I will.
What has this town turned into? Truly a country of contradictions.
You have walked around and observed much. Tell me, Clara, how does this disease spread? Through breath, through touch, or perhaps through blood-sucking insects? Those have grown in number of late. I don't know, Father. How could I know? I'm no scientist. Come closer, my daughter. Tell me, advise me, what measures must be taken to stop the epidemic? Where do we send our brave patrolmen and the executor suicide squads? Ooh, that's dark. I could suggest to send some to the cathedral and some to the cemetery. It's not for me to decide, Father. My advice would be of little use here. There's nothing wrong with your saying this. I am thinking aloud, and I would like to know whether the Harbinger agrees with me, for there is someone else speaking through your lips, is there not? Wait, what? Did Sephiroth just acknowledge the player? Yes, there is. 5 years ago, the Sand Plague broke out in the poor districts where, due to our negligence, the social and sanitary conditions had become truly appalling. If, like the plague, it is spread by blood-sucking fleas and their host animals, perhaps a culling of bulls and other domestic animals would be the best solution? Like, I think the frightening thing in RSD is that most of them make some comments like that. Many of them acknowledge their doll-like nature. So I'm not sure. It might just be everyone. Rats. That's who you ought to exterminate without mercy. There should be a reward for every rat killed. I will tell you what I am going to do. Don't say a word to anyone about the plague. I refuse to allow a panic, and so I will ban all expressions of mourning. Let them celebrate instead. To the Bachelor, I have recommended that he reassure sick people, saying that they have been afflicted with a general condition. Wow! Saburov, that is the least effective thing you have ever said. There's already talk of sand plague at every street corner. Are these measures coming a little late? Let no one talk about the sand plague for as long as possible. Now, if anyone attempts to escape and is heard saying that the disease is incurable and a pair of boots is the best medicine, that person must be taken into custody. Is that something you would endorse? No. You're looking for the cause in the wrong place. That is my job to do. Do not worry about that. To be the ruler during a plague is a cursed part to play and a grievous burden. A man doomed to nothing but error. Yes, all of those measures are just a way to comfort ourselves. My only hope is you. I hope you have not allowed despair to take over you yet. Do I need to restate my request? Whatever happens, I'm only fulfilling my purpose. You shall visit a singer named Anna Angel. All the black souls in our town, this is the blackest. The Willows used to be the happiest house on this side of town, and we were happy to have such neighbors. Now every crack in the wall of that house is oozing blood and tears. I had the same impression. I suspect that one of the bloodthirstiest ghouls that walk the earth has infiltrated our town in the shape of this singer. Have you heard about the caravan? Of course you haven't. Ask her about it and see what she has to say. All right. Oh, you frightened me so much. Today's quest is talk to Anna. I say Anna Angel's soul is blacker than coal, and her crimes are as terrifying as they are unprovable. Even so, I will force her to confide in me, to remove her mask and reveal the nakedness of her soul to me. It may be she is not so black on the inside. Oof. It's almost 6 o'clock. I'm gonna check in with Katarina before we go to Anna's. Can we send her to the bad place? Maybe. She's one of my bound, but, you know. Maybe we can make her a better person. Maybe that's how we can save Anna.
What is this disease?
Is your faith firm, my dear daughter? Have you faced any temptations on your path that made you doubt the truth that I profess? For I have nothing with which to convince you, but the love burning inside me ever stronger. It's firm, Mother. Do you remember everything I have told you about those bound of yours who are infected with a utopian heresy? And about some of them, perhaps many of them, being instrumental in bringing the wrath of heaven upon our town? It must be so, Mother. There is a mansion in the stone yard called the Stillwater. Living there is a girl named Ava Yan. Both good and bad things are said about her. She is said to be affectionate and depraved, a kind soul while also voluptuous. But I'm not talking about that. Lust is not the kind of sin to incur such a punishment. Why are you talking about her, then? If we turned all the bread into the body, there wouldn't be enough Christ in the world to improve Anna Angel. I love it, Anarsti. She's a bad person. She's a deeply bad, unrepentant person. Ava has been led astray by utopian ideas. What has particularly captured my attention is that Ava, the gentle Ava Yan, is spending an extraordinary amount of time at the town's cathedral. There's no knowing as to what is drawing her there, but her way of life is incongruous with such a piety. It is mysterious. I'll try to solve it, Mother. Ava is gentle and weak. Begin with her. She is unlikely to be rude with you. Try to use your powers on her first, for from then on you will commune with some dangerous and difficult collocutors. They may overwhelm you with their rage, rendering you unable to sway them. I'll try, Mother. Side quest. Convert Ava. I mean, it sounds like we're going to convince her to not try to create a miracle in the cathedral, so that's good. We're not assassinating Ava. We're going to learn her secrets from Yulia, and then get her to tell us nothing but the truth, to prove that we are miraculous, so that she will believe that we can cure the sick. And that she doesn't need to put a miracle in the cathedral, because I am the miracle. The miracle already walks. I swear, it feels like we're about to find out that Yulia convinced Ava to jump. And look, I'm not Yulia's biggest fan. I don't think she's a good person, but... that Yulia convinced Ava. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out.
Life is hard.
Ah, you're so pale. Would you like to use my rouge? You think I said it backwards? Maybe I did. You look like you're about to tell me something. You have such a mischievous sparkle in your eyes. I'm going to whisper something in your ear. Lean over so you could hear. Am I about to get shanked? I love secrets of every kind. Simon is alive. Fully alive. Do you understand? Ava's told me secretly. Ava knows Simon's alive? Is he in the cathedral? Is that where Reuben has hidden him? Wait. No. How can she know? The Bachelor has Ava completely under his thumb. She's like a slave to him now, but she also knows his secrets. And guess what? He's colluded with Stock Reuben, an apprentice of Isidore's, a surgeon and former mercenary. Together, they're now hiding Simon from the Canes, making it look like he's dead. I wonder if Simon himself is part of that plot. Yes, I think so. There must be a reason the three of them are doing this, and their goals are probably evil. What else could they be? Why are you telling me this? You need to check if Ava's telling the truth. Do check, and afterwards inform the Canes that the new Bachelor. Do you understand? How that will change your life? They'll stop persecuting you. You'll gain their favors and earn a lot of money. Perhaps you don't care about money at all. I do. Everyone needs money. That whole conversation is a side quest.
We'll all work out when the regular train comes.
I've come to you on behalf of my protector and father. He wants to know more about you than he does now. Oh, so now I'm on Sabarov's list of undesirables too. Truly, I'm being targeted by all the powers that be. I would never expect that from Sabarov, a firmly principled man and an old neighbor of mine. In the meantime, the Olgimskis have been utterly terrorizing me. I was even going to plead for his protection. What's the Olgimskis' problem with you? Oh, I do know what it's about. There's this local usurer. I'll tell you later how I'm involved here. So, tough Vlad decided to pocket his blood money. Vlad himself had to pay up quite heftily. He transferred the funds to your new father yesterday. What are you getting at? We'll come to that, my dear. The hunchback refused to give Vlad the money, so Vlad said he'd find a way to bring him to heel, pressure someone who could reveal all the skeletons in the hunchback's closet. That was a direct hint at me. Vlad had found out about my involvement with the hunchback. Okay. It's hardly something Alexander wanted to find out. Please, my dear, save me from those infernal Olgimskis. Vlad is terribly, unbelievably cruel. He can't control his anger. He can smash an oak table into splinters. He can condemn hundreds of people to torture just to quench his own fury. Help me, and I'll be completely open with you. Find out if Big Vlad is scheming against me. Would he really threaten you? Yes, he thinks I'm easy to handle because of how I acted yesterday. And today there was this threatening message saying I'll soon die the same death as others who... Well, no need to go into the vapid lies that follow. Signed, Look Back. Do you have any idea how scary that is? What kind of strange signature is that? It's a hint that there will always be danger lurking behind my back. I mean, what else could it be? So how can I help you there? Well, think of something. You'll surely manage. I sense an angelic power in you. I, of course, would have used his children to get to him, but they're already grown up, and I wouldn't be able to handle them at this point. But you will. Used his children. That sounded sinister. Oh, and don't believe anything they might tell you about my past. It's all lies! I came here as a refugee fleeing political persecution for singing subversive songs. See you later, Anna. I'll come back with news. Okay. Anna is afraid that Vlad the Heavy, head of the Olgibsky household, he wouldn't want to meet me, that's for sure. His children, though, Capella and Vlad the Younger, might trade their words with me. Okay. I feel like there's already a lot going on. Yulia's closest. Let's go talk to her about Ava. So that we can learn from Ava where Simon is. There's no chance I get to see Simon, right? Is that why Clara breaks the quarantine? Simon's in the cathedral? I feel like I need more red yarn. In this playthrough we save Simon. Oh, that'd be amazing. Everyone else dies. That would be buck wild. Yulia, you have the hooks to Ava's heart, been told.
There are unseen connections looking through the capricity and tenuity that the world seems to be made of.
Why are you so quiet? Is something troubling you? I'll be honest with you. I have a request to make, but I'd like to do something for you first. You don't have to worry about that. Rest assured, you will do something for me. In fact, you're doing something for me already, even if inadvertently. Believe it or not, but the pleasure brought by your visit feels startlingly physical for the kind of purely intellectual stimulus it actually is. Is Yulia hitting on me? Excuse me? I'm trying to find a reading here that isn't lesbian and hemophilic. Hemophilic? I don't know. I'm a lot younger than you, Yulia. Do I call her out for flirting with me? Heaven help me, I want to see where this goes. Shame on you, Yulia, you're making me blush. Frankly, I imagined you as a completely different person. Tall as a lamppost, white, ragged, with your ribs bare and a firm, shapely bosom. Long hair, off-white and disheveled, of course. A pair of huge, puffy peepers. The fuck? Okay. I don't know why she thought I was going to be Big Titty Death. But like, she has very specifically described Marvel Comics death. That's the image of a saint. It's what they would have looked like 1,000 years ago. Right, enough silliness. Let us get to the meat of the matter. You know, I am dying to know what your request may be. I'd even venture an educated guess that you want to ask me something about Ava Yan. What could it be? Anyone could have told you the basic facts. Who she is, where she lives, what she prefers to wear. Are you interested in something else, then? Something concerning her soul? Is this the case? Wait, is this why... Is Yulia confirmed lesbian and that's why she knows Ava's secrets? Because Ava's hot? Is that what this conversation is? I can deny that I want to know things about Ava. But how would you... Who told you? Did you speak with Katerina? Is this some kind of joke? Oh, no, I didn't speak with Katerina. I never do. Morphine addicts and other kinds of substance abusers are not the company I normally prefer. They make too bleak an impression. I've ceased my relationship with the Stomatin twins for that very reason. Now these two are of potential interest to you. Have you met them yet? How did you know I was going to ask you about Ava? Let us just say that Ava is no less religious than yourself. Just a little while back, she was literally obsessed with the cathedral. Times changed, though. The Bachelor has arrived and claimed the entirety of Ava's attention. Ava has forgotten her cathedral, and we forgot the hope of our salvation. I wouldn't be surprised if the cathedral will simply cease to exist in its capacity as a place where the aspirations of revival are kept. Tell me more about the cathedral. Why is it so empty? Why, it is empty because it was built before the religion was allowed to reach maturity. Even an atheist like me knows what a cathedral is for. They are not, as Peter Stomatin would have it, a set of walls covered by a roof. Rather than that, they're vessels of the numinous, miracle incubators, if you will. The issue, in our particular case, is that we have the tower on the other side of the river to serve this very purpose. Is Ava in love with the Bachelor? He is a demon. The only hook to drag out this delicate heart, the Bachelor. Ava's a nightmarish paramour. Seems she will have to be rescued from the clutches of two demons instead of one. That's my big secret. My big secret about Ava, to help me subdue her, is that she's in love with the Bachelor. I kind of feel like that's not strong enough. Not in the same way that Aspity being in love with Artemy is. He is pretty much calling us a demon, that's fair. He comes in a snakeskin coat. No chance Laura has anything for me, right? Check our little snack cabinet. Nothing.
What?
Nope, nothing from Laura. It feels like a bigger secret that Ava is going to the cathedral regularly. was too close when I started that fight. That's on me. Yeah, especially since you have to play as one of the other characters before you can play Clara. It is extremely... Oh, hey, bandage off that. Nice! That'll heal my wounds from that. It's extremely clear right away. That's her first line to Daniel from Ava, is that she wants to push him into her own bed. I know it's kind of funny how he plays shy about the idea that Maria is into him, that he didn't see it coming, but I think the bigger joke there is that I don't think Daniel is aware that Ava is into him either, and that's hilarious.
Great souls are not those who have fewer passions and more virtues than the common, but those only who have greater designs.
Maria hates me, but otherwise doesn't have anything to say to me. I don't expect any of the kings have much to say to me. I'm an outside threat to their miraculous power.
Olgimsky is getting rid of the witnesses. He's lucky to have allied himself with this Haruspex.
Nothing from Georgie, except he doesn't want me to be able to come in and speak to him at all. But his door's not locked, so Georgie may just be losing it?
The true way to be deceived is to think oneself more knowing than others.
Nope. Okay. Nothing from any of the games. Not a surprise. Still glad I checked. I'm gonna pop into the cathedral real quick. Maybe Ava's here. Long climb up those stairs. No Ava. Okay. We'll go to her house then. Two is still water.
They say it's neither pox nor cholera, so it's not all that bad, is it?
Why have you come? What do you want from me? Do you hear these silvery things in my chest? They're not keys, they're not bells, they're my hooks. Tell me about the bachelor. Why? I don't hear any tinkling. You speak strangely. Ava, oh Ava, I know of you this. You love the Bachelor more than your own life. Will you agree to touch me, to brave the depths, to answer my questions candidly and without prejudice? The moment his boots stepped on the dusty soil of our roads, the moment he took a deep breath of our air, the moment his shadow fell on the cobbles of our town, I knew that my life had changed, and it was approaching its acme. He has come, and now I live for his sake. Why do you love him so much? He came here to witness a genuine miracle. He believes he will find here what he would never have found at the capital. He had been searching, and lo, fate brought him to my door. He's better than anyone who will ever walked this earth. Because he's doomed. What if he came here to work miracles instead of observing them? Doomed? I don't understand what you're saying at all. What does being able to work miracles have to do with anything? No miracle workers aren't doomed. Even those of them whose lives are short live them to their fullest in a way you couldn't live 1,000 ordinary lives. I'm gonna push her. I can't convince her not to try to make a miracle happen. No matter what I say is gonna push her closer to it. I hate this. I want to feel like my decisions here will matter, and they might, I just don't know. Look at me, Ava. I can work miracles. I can sense their nature. Mark my words. Neither you nor he will get any miracles for as long as you're expecting them with such greed and entitlement. Why? No, Clara, you didn't see what we saw. You're being too serious. Those who watched Scarlet Nina build the town, who watched Simon play with our children, would never say it's futile to demand a miracle. One can, and in a way one must. All right, I won't try to dissuade you, Ava. Go on living for the sake of your love. So in love with her own dream, I can go back to Katerina. Oof. This is the conversation I want to replay the most. I want to redo this conversation until I think she won't do it. I don't think there's a way out of this.
They say it's neither pox nor cholera, so it's not all that bad, is it?
Why do you love him so much? He came here to witness a miracle. There's a great chasm between you and him. Is it that great? Not really. He longs for miracles. He needs living evidence of the impossible. Yet was this not what I used to brood on daily and nightly? Was this not the reason I shed so many tears over our useless cathedral? What's wrong with your cathedral? You're asking me? You, who are called a saint, whose tender heart ought to know the answers to such questions? Why, you're just testing me. I'll tell you. Look at the place where true miracles are meant to be happening. It's empty and dead like the shell of a bad nut. I'll tell you why. Frick. So this is what utopian false doctrine looks like. It sure is beautiful. Did you call my words a false doctrine? Believe me, it's because of teachings like these that the disease has struck your town. Yes, she thinks the cathedral can be a focus. Yes, absolutely. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to turn it into a focus. For as long as the town is afire with this naive, criminal, and greedy hope, you will go on suffering and dying. I know it. I am the Harbinger. They say you're Katarina's foster daughter. Can you see clearer into the future than she? Why do you ask? Will you take care of him when I die? Maria lets slip that he has 3 days left to win. It's a commitment he is bound by. I will have to give my own life so he may survive. That will be a fitting sacrifice of the true teaching. You don't have to die. I'll do everything myself. Sleep and listen to what I tell you. He says we have to fight, to hope for the impossible until the very end. He's the one who will do the fighting, not you, gentle Ava. Sleep. That felt better. I don't know that it'll do anything, but that is that's the worst conversation of the game. Hate that. Oh, that hurt. I was not prepared for that. Just when I think I'm getting used to how this game is gonna mess with me, that sucked. That was the worst. Morning of the third day. In which the changeling endeavors to hunt her impudent sister down and uncover habitual villain's sins. Okay. This game just made me unsuccessfully talk down a jumper. I'm trying to process. That was the side quest today. I think that's the most horrible thing a video game has had me do. Let's go talk to the Olginskis. Figure out what to do about Anna. Worse than killing an old woman or a child? More emotionally heartbreaking, yes. Like, it's dumb, but just the child was in a gang. And a terrible person. They knew the risks. My ultimate power fantasy is to be able to save everyone, and the game just said, here's someone you can't save. Try anyway. Oh, the child who did Blood Magic and Blood Age Origins? Or Dragon Age Origins? Yeah, that was easy. That was not a problem. This was worse. This was worse than that.
The winter comes soon, I hope.
Oh, all the pain, all the pity, all the abysmal depth in your eyes. Speak fast, please. I do not know why, but being close to you feels oppressive. Don't be angry with me. I'd like to do something good for you so that we could become friends. Really? Do you really want to do something nice for me? I don't even know what to say. You know, sometimes I feel like there is no one better and kinder than you in the whole world, and that whatever you might do would be good, even for me. I really want to. You know, I've been told the Bachelor to go to the Skinners. I've told the Bachelor to go to Skinners, which is the disease hotbed. A little boy named Loafer was going to test a toxic powder there, but I still haven't heard from the Bachelor. Perhaps he didn't find the boy? I see. Would you like me to find the Bachelor or Loafer? The Bachelor would be better. He is, after all, the more responsible one. Ask him if he's tracked down the boy and managed to take that horrible mixture away from him. Alright, I'll ask him when I meet him. So many quests. There are so many quests.
The children no longer remember me.
I come to you with an important task. If you answer my question, I won't bother you anymore for now. Tell me, is your father threatening Anna? Oh, for how much longer are you all going to torture my father? No, he is not to blame for anything. Anything whatsoever. Remember it, in case anyone points the finger at him in the future. Why did I only give him my word? Someone's been sending anonymous threatening letters to Anna. She's convinced your father wants to punish her for something. He doesn't care about this Anna at all. But I suppose he's going to start now. Anonymous threats. Way to slander him. Thank you for telling me. I'll strangle this Anna myself, the viper. With my own hands. Go for it. Yeah, sure. Who'd be sending those letters? They're signed, Look Back. What did you say, Look Back? I think I'm beginning to see now. Anna must have really been involved with the caravan, which makes Khan the most likely writer of the letters. So that's why they all suddenly assembled at the Polyhedron 5 days ago and wouldn't leave. They had heard of the seeds of the caravan sprouting in the town. Small wonder. What is the caravan? It's that circus of wandering murderers, the one where singers were abducting children and doing horrible things to them. It was an enormous circus troupe doubling as a cult of some sort. A mysterious story that's still unclear on many points. The reprisal was too hasty and the investigation too muddled. They had frightened everyone too much. Frightened how? Basically, they used to abduct children. Instead, they brought them up as actors in order to attract new audiences. They picked the best. But now, so many years later, there have been so many legends, so many ballads and scary stories about them that no one remembers the truth anymore. In the children's ears, the word caravan is simply synonymous with a maddening and inescapable horror. I can bring up VAR. I mean, it's true. The way Anna has an accomplice, the hunchback usurer. Khan will give her no peace regardless. In his mind, even a single living caravan actor is a being who will sow and spread the seeds of this senseless monstrosity, like an infection of sorts. What was the whole point of the plan? They probably had something else in mind, too. No, nothing. They traveled the country, acting, singing, performing stunts and tricks. They took bright children and left ugly ones on doorsteps as replacements, like changelings. They were leaving fear, grief, hatred, and monsters in their wake. while themselves becoming ever more alluring, beautiful, attractive, and memorable. But despite that, people were growing more and more afraid of them. There's so much hatred around. Was the caravan destroyed? Yes, it attracted attention of the powers that be fairly quickly. There was a real manhunt for them. They conducted raids and searches. They chased them. At first the caravan miraculously managed to elude them, but eventually they were surrounded somewhere near Orv. A ballad was written about the attack. You've probably heard it. I don't remember hearing it. I learned a lot. Ogimski has nothing to do whatsoever with whoever is talking Anna. I don't know if Anna should be happy about this or not. What I do know is the kind of hook I should use to drag her conscience out. I want to check with young Vlad too while I'm at it. There's not a way out of that. While I'm at it, can I harass Ruben at all?
What is this disease?
I can. What? Have you come here to intimidate me? Who are you, Clara the Harbinger? What do you want? I know everything, Stock Reuben. Tell me where Simon is. At first I even thought you might be him, you mountain of a man. You impossible man. What? Who told you Simon was here? Wasn't he? Wasn't it you and the Bachelor who examined his body, trying to establish the cause of his death? Looks like there's a whole conspiracy going on here. That's true, but Simon's body has been stolen, do you understand? He's not where I examined him anymore. Don't hide from me. I mean no harm to anybody. There's no act that I couldn't understand, explain, and forgive. All right, I'll tell you. Yes, it was I who stole the body. The Bachelor knows nothing. And the reason I stole it, Clara, was that I wished to carry through with my duty. I'm a doctor. I've sworn the oath. Not only the same oath everyone swears, but also a special one. To my master. So why did you steal Simon's body? My master was a Menku, who had renounced his lawful power entirely for the sake of the kin's prosperity. He dedicated all his efforts to medicine instead of the art of bull drawing or the science of government. He probably knew or sensed something, and so, were it not for his vile murder, he would now be doing everything in order for the kin to live on. And that's why you stole Simon? Simon was more than a mere human. He had transfigured his entire essence in such a way that every particle of his being would align with the law of universal harmony. Simon had fashioned himself after Bus-Turok, so they said at the kin, meaning that for them, he had become divine. Who's Bus-Turok? The World Bull. He out of whom the universe was made. Everything that happens to this being, all of its vital processes, all of its shapes, are signs and semblances reflecting all that was, is, or will be in this world. All creatures carry that knowledge within, but the universal bull and its semblances embody it fully. Beginning to understand you now. So 2 days were not enough to complete your study of this Bus-Turok transfiguree? Not nearly enough. He really is different from other people, and I've seen a lot of those. Many different creatures have revealed their nature under my scalpel. So what are you intending to do? You know that already. Why ask? Stop. Don't say anything. I'll give you some vials if you don't inform on me. They'll help. You won't fall sick. Do you get that? What kind of vials? Special kind. Vaccines. I'm going to make a few hundred and give them to Isidore's apprentices to distribute to the people so that no one gets ill. If the termitary's reopened, they'll deliver them to the kin. If it isn't, they'll give it to the people, to everyone, so that there's enough for all. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to inform on you. You'll suffer enough as it is. Yes, that's enough suffering for you. He's giving me 2 white vaccines. Oh, 2 black vaccines. Terrifying. When he says transfigured, people talked about Simon's body being mutilated. I feel like I'm taking that too literally, but maybe. Simon sought to become the World Bull, and according to the kin, succeeded. Also, his body really is missing. I can see why the kin want him then.
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
Tell me, Vlad Olgimsky, do you know Anna Angel well? Well enough, by a small town's standards. Are you Olgimsky's meaning to kill her? What? And this is what you've come to ask me about? That's absurd. Our family doesn't care about this Anna. Well, didn't until yesterday, but that's about her possessions, not her person. Possessions, I might add, that she'd obtained under very shady circumstances. And here's the result. She's making up imaginary enemies now. I mean, you did have me go confiscate all her drugs. Why is she so afraid of your father, then? It can't be on account of the commandeering yesterday. She's afraid of the smallest noise now, and no surprise. A life of fear is the price she's paying for the horror she once helped unleash. You do know about the caravan, don't you? So Anna was with the caravan. Judging by what's been coming to light recently, yes, she was with the caravan, and her role there was among the most loathsome, an enticing bait for the trusty children whose trolls were intending to kidnap. I have one more question. Is it true that your dad has you decided to appropriate a Stoneyard usurer's blood money? Enough. I'm not discussing my father's affairs, especially not with you, changeling. You've barged into our lives way too quickly as something in between a temptress and a judge. I found both equally dangerous. Given that you're an alien, you're a force from out of our world. None the less powerful for it, aren't I? Simon may still be alive, even though my heart tells me this is no real life, even if this is what the cruel-hearted bachelor would likely call it. This is not a life for me. There's no longer warmth in it. So I surrender the 2 cynics to the canes then. Interesting. I feel like I skipped a step in the Bachelor's quest by finding Reuben. We still need to go find him. I don't see any reason to rat out Reuben and the Bachelor to the Canes. Let's go find the Bachelor. And hopefully he doesn't get too sick looking for a kid testing schmouters. Maybe I'll get the schmouter if I find Lofi too. I feel like my looting has been very good today. Perfect. We'll go to Katerina and tell her about Ava, our conversation. So that's on the way. I don't know, there's part of me that wants to find the Bachelor first before talking to either of the Severovs. I'm not sure that the, like, quest log could change or whatever, but... given what I know about Simon and Ava, I wonder how much he will tell me. I say he's in the Skinners. Is he in a building in the Skinners? Or is he just out on the street? That seems unlikely. I think I'll check stickies. That seems the safest. Like, I guess he could be in the Stomatins or the house of the... Oh. Oh, he's in this house. That's where Capella pointed me. Okay. He's there. Got it. Can do. First infected district run of this playthrough. Food and ammo. Check on Sticky while I'm in the area. Let's see.
This joint won't break. It's made of metal.
Okay, Sticky's got nothing. That's fine. Didn't really expect anything, but you know. Just checking in on my people. You have meat. Yep, we got smoked meat. Okay. I'll go in here. Down on the end. Infected house. Find the bachelor.
Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
What are you doing here? I could really do without being bothered. I'm looking for you, bachelor. Someone is worried about you. Ava? Yes, precisely, Ava. Ooh. So Capella's the one who sent him here? But I feel like sending him to Ava will actually get him to go away. Precisely, Ava. She's cried her gray eyes out. Go to her, will you? Curse the bachelor. Every time I see him, I break out in a cold sweat. That's it. It's just a side quest done. Just save and take a look around. I don't expect to find the kid here. This is what we saved for. Go ahead and infect me. It's fine. There's a sick and dying person in here. Okay, no. Load and leave. I wonder if bringing up Capella, he would have given me a schmouter. It's impossible to say. Let's get out of this district. Go talk to Anna. Tell her the old Gimskis don't want to kill her. But also that I know about her history with the caravan, and I can cast my magic spell on her to get her to tell me secrets. I haven't seen a Schmouter child all day. A hard save. I need to get better about having like a midday hard save, just in case I need to go back.
Is it fatal? For real?
I've talked to the Olgimskis, Anna. Ah, pray tell, what are they up to? Well, I can tell her that it was the Canes that were after her, but to not worry about it. Or I could say Khan specifically. That's more true. You have nothing to worry about, sweet dear. The Olgimskis aren't interested in you in the slightest. A boy named Khan who is sending you the threats. I wonder why. Ah, so that's how it is. Now I understand. Now I can see the whole picture. That is the point. Now I realize. Woe is me, the ever unlucky artiste. I've played the part of a villainess all too well, and now no one is going to believe that I am what I really am. Thank you, my dear. Now I know which direction you expect danger from. Do you agree to answer my questions candidly and without prejudice? I do. And why didn't you? Anna, is it true you're a kidnapper of children, a criminal from the caravan? It's not true. I've never kidnapped a child. I was myself kidnapped at a very young age. Well, not literally kidnapped. My ending up there was more of a mishap. Why, then, do people say that you're a performer from the caravan? Because they wanted to make me one of their lot. Tried to make a singer out of me. Dressed me up in motley patterned stockings and a whalebone corset, so that children would come to look at me and listen to my frolicky songs. But it didn't work. Why didn't it? Because I'd been born ugly and mute. No one would play with me, and I couldn't even say mommy, all the while dreaming of becoming a real singer. I thought they'd teach me to sing at the caravan, to make me beautiful. How would that be possible if you were mute? They had sorcery in their blood. They made stage artistes out of children like myself. Nothing came out of my singing in the end, but I did become a true caravan girl, a malicious, obsessed troll, ruining children's lives and souls. It so happened that I was already here at the time. And so you were a failure as a singer, weren't you? How did you become so beautiful? They'd fed me egg yolks and oysters, made me drink lemon juice, put a special toad on my chest that would absorb its miasma. It didn't work. Then they decided to make me a figurine. But then there was a raid, and we got rounded up near Orv. I escaped with a snake charmer named Var. He carried me out. What's a figurine? A freak? They left the small ones at the door of a house that a child had been kidnapped from, like changelings, you should know. And the grown-up ones were made to perform at the Gugnol, a night show for depraved adults. So what was your crime? I had betrayed my parents. I had taken someone else's voice, someone else's hair. Then when I was already here, I acted the same way the caravan's leaders would. I was hungry, so I lifted all of these things from Willow, the girl, who then died. It was she that used to be the golden-haired singer. That's when the plague broke out. Yeah, how did you steal Willow's voice? As punishment for my greed, Willow Mellow had predicted that would all turn out this way if the caravan got here. She had even been stockpiling medicine. The stash is actually all hers, all this time. I've been waiting for my punishment. I've twisted my nature so badly, I should have remained a cripple. Who was this Willow? She was nice, real baby doll. But I did to her the same thing the caravan had been doing to children. Ground her into flour, unwove her into threads. I don't even know how I did it. You're mad, aren't you? I suppose I can't expect to ever be forgiven, can I? Too big of an honor for you, having an entire town perish because of your greed? No. It wasn't your doing. What should I do with the dreadful Anna? She's not the one to blame for the pestilence, but this doesn't make her less of a monster. Directly or not, her demented passions have led her to kill Willow Mellow. Should I condemn her, then? Or shall I let her live? Father must know of my decision. I don't know why I never put together that the house Anna is in is called the Willows.
They say hitting hard is a good enough start.
I've talked to Anna, some neighbor you have. Not you. We. Or do you still not think of the rod as your home? Tell me, what is your verdict on Anna? I can either claim her guilty or innocent. That's so loaded. We're gonna stick with honesty instead of self-serving or revenge. She's not the cause of the plague. That's what Saburov wants to know. She is innocent. Are you sure, Clara? Yeah, by not implicating Anna, it's gonna hurt my reputation. Because it means someone else has caused the plague, and people will think it is me. I am sure. Who is guilty, then? I don't know. Are there no more bad people left in town? Don't you want to know who caused the disease? Be watchful, Clara. Careful you don't let a criminal walk free. The entire town will be slowly consumed, while your mercy is keeping the one villain alive. Let truth prevail. As dreadful a person as she is still little more than a child, whose own naivety only serves to make her too fretful for her own good. I do not have it in me to condemn her. Let them turn their suspicious glances to me. Let them think I may be an accomplice. Still, I'd rather let her redress whatever harm she has caused. Today sucks. Agreed, Anaresti. Governor Saburov, my own father, willing to pin all the responsibility on me. A child.
Shh. Did you hear that?
I've been to see Ava, Mother. And... she is affectionate, kind, and defenseless. Have you managed to convince her? No, I didn't. She's in love, and I don't think her kind of impudence is what could bring the wrath upon the entire town. But it would have been so easy. What is the matter with you, my daughter? Had you at least told me that she threw you out, that you weren't been able to convince her, that a frantic bachelor stormed into the house and scared you off, flimsy thing that you are, I would not have been angry. But you say that you gave up of your own volition. Why would I lie? It all happened just like I told you. And that hurts my reputation too. I did not manage to change her. Ava remains true to herself, as enamored and deluded as she was before. If I did the right thing, then why do I feel so worried? It's weird that I have the ability to lie there. Is there a way to run her conversation that convinces her? Does Katarina care if I actually do, or just if I say that I did? That is 3 side quests and the main quest. And no letters. Okay, I want to go check in on the Bachelor, see if he showed up at the Stillwater. I have received no rewards from any quest today. Now that I've talked to Ava, does Yulia have anything else to say? Seems unlikely. She just told me Ava's in love with the Bachelor. She didn't have much to say the first time.
They say it's neither cholera nor pox, so it's not that bad?
Ugh. I need to go look for Schmatter children. I feel like I volunteered to fail that last quest. Hello, Propane Panda. There's a Schmatter child. I see you. Don't you go around that corner. You're not running from me. Like, not pinning Anna, not changing Ava's mind. I did find out Simon is alive. And I did get the Bachelor out of his house. I should go back to Capella. Tell her the Bachelor is safe. Thank you for those 100 bits, Propane Panda. I appreciate it. Maybe Capella will give me a Schmouter for saving the Bachelor. That would be really nice. Bunch of bandages. Too bad I can't fix my reputation with bandages. I might have to go to the infected district and cure some infected people. Use my bandages that way. Vlad does let me in the door.
Someone will have to be punished for this sin.
Okay. Capella, I found the Bachelor. He's safe.
Is it really lethal?
By the way, I found the Bachelor. How brave you are. Did he say anything? Is Loafer all right? Apparently he found the boy and took the powder from him. He was acting rather strangely when I met him. Could be he was testing that horrible mixture on himself. I really hope he was. Okay, that boosts my reputation. Okay, it's not a reward, but that does stave off death a little longer. Good. I'm beginning to wonder if the very different conversation choices that I have as Clara is like manipulating the game somehow. I can lie about how I've completed quests, and I think I will get the rewards for them if I do, including indicating that I took other conversation options than the one I did. I could claim he was looking for the Haruspecs, and I bet if I told him Capella sent him out here, he would have admitted that he changed course. But that's not something my Clara actually knows. It's like Clara has quick saved and tried all of the dialogue options. Actually, are you home? You're not. Where did he go? Where did the Bachelor go? Let's go talk to the Canes. See what the options look like for ratting the Bachelor and Reuben out. This whole thing's a mess.
That does it. I'm going to break soon.
I know something you don't. You're looking for Simon's body, right? So I've come here to tell you about it. Why do you want to do that? Because I don't want you to doubt in my good intentions. If you know where Simon's body is being hidden, it ought to look quite suspicious to us. You must have been pursuing your own goals, I suppose. Ritual ones. We're not merely talking about a body of a dearly departed. Do you understand that? Of course I do. I know what a semblance is. Your words sound wise and quite fair. You evidently know what you're talking about. The destruction of Simon's body would inevitably lead to the destruction of our entire town. But now that the body has been found, we will try to use all of our influence to save the town, one way or another. I feel like this conversation makes less sense than most. So what do you think I would have done had I been who your crown-bearing daughter thinks I am? I understand. And so, where is the body? Reuben is hiding it in the southern warehouses. Ooh, I know, but I can't tell you? It's not possible to take all sides here. know, but I can't tell you. Like I said, we know everything already. It's good that you've come. My brother is very angry and prejudiced against you. As for me, I will now think twice before believing any of the things you are accused of. So who are you being mistaken for would indeed never have given us the body? So there's a test. No, it's not like this. Take some money. This is all I can do to reward you for now. Aside from trusting you, of course. Thank you. I'll give it to the poor. 2,000 coins. 2,000 coins for honesty. Georgie hates me even more. I thought today was the day I was supposed to find out something about my twin sister.
Olgimsky is getting rid of the witnesses. He's lucky to have allied himself with this Haruspex.
I know something about Simon. If you would listen to me... Get out of here, you mendacious spirit, you witch, you nightmare, you accursed creature, Katerina's stepdaughter. Now I know what you're up to, so listen to me. My servants can't hold you back, I know. But I also know how to protect myself from you, you monster. And how are you going to drive me out, old man? You draw a circle around yourself? Cover your walls in arcane signs? Aren't you afraid that will summon a demon scarier still? Every time you show up at the Crucible, be prepared to suffer. These walls will burn the very thing within you that allows you to do your wicked work. Call it magic if you will, or call it supreme justice. Just wanted to... All the suffering you will have gone through here will seem like gentle caresses compared to the torture you will endure if Maria touches you, not even with her gaze, but with thought alone, a mere recollection of you. Be warned, heiress of the earth. Now be gone. There's no need for you to... So... Let's just not engage with Georgie. Fun to see how much he hates me, though. I have a feeling Maria is going to have a similar reaction, but let's find out.
What is this disease?
I've got something interesting to tell you. It has to do with Simon's body. What could you possibly know about Simon, Plague Darling? I could ruin the Bachelor in her eyes. Does that ruin Maria's plans? Reuben is performing an autopsy on him in the warehouse. The place is on the south side, next to the smuggler's hideout, and the Bachelor knows it. So that's so. You've come to the right place. And the news would have had just the effect you were aiming for if you hadn't mixed the Bachelor into this. Everything my Daniel does, he does for the sake of the town, to save lives, for the benefit of our house. That was unexpected. I will prefer to ignore what you have told me. Beware, I have my own relationship with the Bachelor. What is even going on here? Okay. So, Victor will trust me and pay me money for providing evidence, but Georgie and Maria are both so thoroughly obsessed with themselves that they will hate me more. Okay, well... If the Bachelor's not at the Stillwater, I guess let's go check out Artemis' hideout? you joke, Propane Panda, but there's a pretty popular fan-made dating sim of Pathologic. I don't think I'm going to stream that one, but I will probably check it out. I feel like I've been mentioning it to everyone today, but that's for private time. Yes, yes. One of the big game influences that Icepick Lodge talks about in designing Pathologic is a dating sim. I believe it's called Love Story. But it's a traditional visual novel dating sim. It was just the developers were enamored with how it handled relationships and conversations. That's the gaming influence. I haven't checked in on like Murky or Grace or Aspity, but there's nothing pointing me in their direction at all. Not even noon. Gosh, I'm so on top of the quests in this playthrough. There's definitely room for me to get an afternoon letter today. Maybe I should go take a nap. Chase more children. I mean, kinda. Well, I still have a chance to find some in the day. Are me here? You are.
Yes.
Nothing. Take a 2-hour nap. Beautiful. I guess while I'm here, I'll check in on Grace and Aspity. No letters, just no letters. All these quests are done. Didn't get much. They're over. I just don't know if like day 3 was like this for the other runs, but I can't imagine that's the case.
The grave diggers have scattered. Or are they?
I want to find out what's going on with my twin. That's the thing I want.
Lies always turn out to be true. Don't mess with Earth.
I am Earth. Everyone today wanted me to lie to save my own reputation. Nothing at the fighting pit. You know, Propane Panda, I don't think you are far off on that. Evil Claw and the Raft Prophet being Joe Rogan. That sounds extremely accurate, disturbingly accurate. Stake lot is clear. It's in an infected district, but otherwise it's clear. Let's just start going around and checking in on everybody that I haven't checked in with. I'm not expecting anything from anyone else, but let's see what the Stomatans have to say.
Who would have thought? The plague is on our doorstep. So, it has come to this.
You're dropping in quite often now. This is a dangerous place for a girl who doesn't cover her knees. Also, too many temptations here for a saint. And finally, this is a goddamn unfitting place for Lady Plague to be in. Way overcrowded. How can I help you? Brought you some herbs. Let's take a look and see if they're any good. Give me one of those bottles over there. Oh, you've acquired a taste then. I should never have shown you that path. This is too much with a head as young as yours. It's a part of you forever now. Anyway, no need to regret it. What have you got? Don't grin like that. It's not for me. So I can get more Tyrene extract from him for herbs, but I don't know that I need that. It's a huge immunity boost. I guess my medicine isn't taken up by a whole lot. What is that, a price of 10? These all 1? I do not have enough herbs. I don't have enough herbs to trade with him. The dancer never talks to me. I should just sell my knives, right? Sell those for cash. Got 21,000. But I also have a bunch of fresh fish. I don't need food right now. Let's go find Peter. I don't have any blood or organs, so would it be worthwhile to go talk to the Odong? Would they give me herbs for something else? They did take food. They took meat from Artemy. Maybe they'd give me herbs for fish. Should I just go climb the polyhedron for the heck of it?
Your face is fading away. Are you sick or something?
Okay, nothing from Peter. Guess let's go head back towards the nicer parts of town, see if there's any children. Nothing happens, I'll run out into the field towards the Odong. Either I'll find herbs or the Odong will do something. Or neither. Neither is an option, but, you know, we live in hope. It's 3 o'clock. I really was expecting a letter at some point, some sort of threatening letter from my twin. So we got this letter last night. It does say sister in the Skinner's district. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Skinner's district. We're gonna save scum, and I'm gonna start checking houses. Recognize her hand. There wasn't anyone else in the building the Bachelor was in. Oh, okay, there was a dying woman, but there wasn't anyone else to talk to. I don't know. It was just a regular pharmacy, no big deal. What does she mean by recognize my hand? Like, there's a bunch of infected houses. I can go into any one of them, get myself sick. How am I going to know if evil Clara is in one of them? How would I know which one it is? We're doing some scientific testing. This is definitely an aspect of the game I didn't engage with before. Okay. Horrible. But no sister. Recognize my hand. What does it mean? Are you a saint or a thief, since they call you both names? Whether or not you're a saint is not for you to judge. Can you at least remember what it is that you stole? Why do they try to chase you, hunt you down, as if you were the world's worst offender? Sister mine, don't you cry, don't give in to despair. As powerful as your enemies are, protectors wield great power. None should be judged. A saint should perform miracles. If you cannot spare time for these everyday commitments, rest assured I will take care of your affairs for you. I'm going to visit the Skinner's district again. Do you recognize my hand yet? Oh, so, like, the only handprint I have is the house the Bachelor was in. But the letter also says she would do my affairs for me if I don't. Let's go check it again. Unless we see a handprint on a house somewhere. Oh, this is Yulia's. This is not the Skinner's district. This is the Skinner's district. This is the house where I found the Bachelor. That's fine. If I need to reload in order to do this, that's fine. But I'm going to check every room. Interesting. I can go out the other side. Dark and basically impossible to see in places, but I'm very sure this house is clear. We just got a letter. I have been near the bone steak lot, But it seems like I'm gonna get a letter in like 20 minutes, so let's just wait for that and see what happens. Okay. Hang out with Sticky. Can't use Sticky's bed. Epidemic alert. To the address to the townspeople. Attention all citizens. Following the outbreak of a lethal disease commonly known as sand plague, sand pest, and sand dirt, the town authorities hereby declare state of emergency. The disease is extremely contagious. There's still ongoing research as to how the disease is transmitted, but cases of contact and droplet infection have been confirmed. There are currently no vaccine solutions in the town, and none are to be expected before the regular train arrives. Please be extra careful. The townspeople are forbidden to leave their homes unless under special instruction. Remember, the possibility of infection is much lower for those who stay indoors. The citizens are advised to sterilize their household ware, spoil their clothing, and exterminate as many vermin as possible. Do not panic. Medics, couriers, and executors will take care of mail delivery, as well as the distribution of drinking water, provisions, and medicine. Requests should be written down and slid under the door for couriers to collect. This address was composed on the instructions of Bachelor Dankovsky and ratified by the State of Emergency Town Governor Alexander Saburov. It is compulsory to follow every advice herein. So much for not spreading the word sand plague, huh, Saburov? Well, let's go head back to Daddy. Oof. Just lasered that rat. I wasn't sure that was gonna work. Secret addendum. The annotation for patrolmen, couriers, executors, and sanitary personnel. In order to prevent panic, this annotation is classified and its content should be under no circumstances disclosed to the civilian population. The disease is incurable. There is no vaccine, neither here nor in the capital. However, there are a few positive facts. The probability of contracting the disease is significantly lower for someone who has taken immune system stimulants. As of now, we believe that A pills and blue pills, yellow and blue colored pills respectively, provide the best protective effect. Excessive doses of these medicaments may be detrimental to one's health. Additional protection is afforded by synthetic clothing. Woolen garments are strictly off-limits. Parasites. The clothing should be changed as often as possible. Important, the disease develops sporadically at its initial stage. It does not progress in any significant way, especially if antibiotics are taken. However, if contact with the infection reoccurs, the development of the disease becomes extremely rapid. The disease is not transmitted by means of droplet infection. As of now, we've yet to find out how it is contracted. Preliminary tests suggest that the disease is not contagious at early stages, therefore there is no need to isolate the sick person immediately after the appearance of the symptoms. To the executors, in consideration of your particular line of work, we believe that you will not be able to avoid infection. If you have contracted the disease, do not give in to despair. It will have happened sooner or later anyway. Try your best to conserve the infection at its initial stage. Take antibiotic medicine. Consider using the schmouters. They're extremely dangerous. They help curb the infection.
I've got a firm hand.
Nothing. Alright. We're going to call the stream there for now. We'll see if anything else happens on the day as we go on. Thank you so much for joining me. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.
Neither the sun nor death can be looked at without